Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Triple H is not done changing the pro wrestling business. The game has been widely praised for improving the WWE product in the last year or two, and these upgrades have led to industry-wide changes. As a big weekend for the company begins, Paul Levesque has just offered more optimism for the WWE Universe. WWE's chief content officer is running wide open in the busiest time of year, the road to WrestleMania. Triple H expanded the working relationship with TNA and led the Netflix era to a successful start, just to name a few recent blockbuster changes. With the Toronto takeover this weekend, and with Michael Cole hosting the Elimination Chamber kickoff shortly, crews have been arriving to the megacity. The 2025 WWE Hall of Fame headliner took to X to share two clips today. One shows him disembarking the WWE jet, and the other shows the 55-year-old father of three entering the backstage area of the Scotiabank Arena. However, it's Triple H's caption that has the WWE Universe buzzing in a major way as the beginning of industry changes were promised. Touchdown in Toronto, rightwards arrow, #SmackDown at Scotiabank Arena. The start of an industry-changing weekend. #WWE Chamber, he wrote with the videos below. WWE has confirmed a post-show press conference for Saturday night, airing on Peacock and social channels as soon as Elimination Chamber goes off the air. The cerebral assassin will speak to the media during the post-show. Triple H congratulates WWE history makers. Monday's WWE Raw was headlined by Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defeating Bianca Belair and Naomi to become the first-ever three-time women's tag team champions. Triple H took to Instagram to share his signature backstage photo of the new champions with a Dominic Mysterio jab. Monday's win by the Judgment Day broke a 7-way tie for most title reigns by a women's team. The 6 duos still with 2 reigns are the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, Damage CTRL's Dakota Kai and IYO Sky, the Boss and Hug Connection, plus Naomi and Belair. In what could be a defining moment for the future of professional wrestling, WWE's chief content officer, Paul Triple H Levesque, has sent shockwaves through the industry by teasing groundbreaking changes set to shake up the wrestling world. Speaking at a closed-door press conference attended by select media personnel and high-ranking WWE officials, Triple H hinted at a seismic shift that could redefine how wrestling is presented, consumed, and even structured from the inside. The industry is evolving, we must evolve with it. Triple H, dressed in his signature business casual suit with a slight smirk, took the podium and wasted no time in making his stance clear. We're in a different era now. The industry is evolving rapidly, and we must evolve with it. Fans have never been more engaged, more vocal, and more invested in what happens inside and outside the ring. The days of keeping things as they were just because they've always been that way? Those days are over. The statement immediately fueled speculation. Was WWE planning to overhaul its creative process? Would major structural changes hit the business side of things? Or was this an indication that WWE and its competitors might be heading toward unexpected partnerships? The rise of crossover storytelling and interpromotional battles? One of the biggest takeaways from the press conference was Triple H's repeated emphasis on breaking barriers. When asked directly if WWE was considering cross-promotional partnerships with companies like AEW, NJPW, or even TNA, he neither confirmed nor denied it, but his words were telling. We have some of the greatest wrestlers in the world. But let's be honest, there are amazing talents everywhere. The idea that WWE operates in a bubble is outdated. The entire industry thrives when there's healthy competition, compelling storytelling, and moments that feel special. We're always open to business, when it makes sense. His cryptic statement sent the wrestling world into a frenzy. WWE has long been known for keeping its roster exclusive and rarely acknowledging other promotions outside of occasional nods on social media. Could we be entering an era where WWE finally embraces the idea of supercard events featuring stars from different promotions? A revamped WWE developmental system. Another major talking point during the presser was WWE's talent development system. With NXT constantly evolving and the global market for pro wrestling expanding, Triple H acknowledged that changes were necessary. Our developmental process is top tier, but we can't get complacent. We've had success stories, some of the biggest names in wrestling today came through NXT. But we're also looking at how we can modernize the way we scout, train, and prepare talent for the biggest stage. Sources close to WWE have hinted that Triple H has been in discussions about establishing regional NXT brands once again. NXT UK was once a successful experiment, and there has been talk of reviving international branches to tap into global talent pools in Japan, Mexico, and Europe. Additionally, some insiders believe WWE is considering working with independent promotions to create a pipeline for future talent, similar to what AEW has done with GCW and NJPW. If WWE embraces an open-door philosophy for rising wrestlers, it could dramatically shift the landscape of how stars are developed. TV deals and streaming evolution. Is WWE expanding its reach? With WWE's current media rights deals coming up for renegotiation, Triple H was asked about potential changes in how WWE programming is distributed. His response was intriguing. Let's just say that the way people consume wrestling today is different from 5 years ago, and it'll be different again in 5 years. Our goal is to be ahead of the curve. That means exploring every possible avenue, whether it's linear television, streaming, or beyond. Rumors have been swirling that WWE is actively exploring deals that could shift its flagship shows to a streaming-first model. With major players like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Apple TV Plus showing interest in live sports, it wouldn't be shocking if WWE made a bold move to transition away from traditional networks. Additionally, there have been murmurs about a potential expansion of WWE Network's offerings. Could WWE bring back exclusive special events outside the main premium live events, PLEs? Could there be a dedicated service for classic content or behind-the-scenes documentaries? The possibilities seem endless. The Bloodline and Judgment Day, a creative evolution? One of the biggest questions coming out of the press conference was whether WWE's current creative direction would be impacted by these industry changes. With factions like the Bloodline and Judgment Day carrying major storylines, many fans wanted to know how these potential shifts would affect ongoing narratives. Triple H smirked when asked if the Bloodline saga was reaching its conclusion. You think it's over? The Bloodline story isn't just about one chapter. It's an evolving story. And let me tell you, there are twists coming that no one sees coming. This immediately sparked speculation that Roman Reigns' eventual return could come with a major shakeup, possibly involving a new challenger or even a betrayal from within. Additionally, he hinted that Judgment Day's dynamic could shift, especially with Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio's current storyline heating up. What's next? While Triple H remained tight-lipped on the specifics of these industry-changing plans, one thing was clear: WWE is preparing for a significant evolution. Whether it's opening the doors to interpromotional dream matches, overhauling its developmental system, or changing the way fans consume WWE content, these changes could alter the wrestling business for years to come. As the press conference wrapped up, Triple H left with a final message to the fans. Wrestling is at its best when it's unpredictable, when it keeps you on the edge of your seat. If you think you've seen everything WWE has to offer, just wait. We're only getting started. With those words, he walked off stage, leaving the wrestling world buzzing with anticipation. What exactly does Triple H have up his sleeve? If history has taught us anything, it's that when the game makes a promise, he always delivers.